Police Minister Bheki Cele is promising there won't be threats to voting stations during the upcoming election. Ongoing service delivery protests are threatening to jeopardize voting. Cele, along with other leaders in the law enforcement cluster, say they have a plan. Our reporter Kailishe Kumalo is tracking the story for us. He joins us now in studio. So Kai, in our first segment, we showed just how angry South Africa is with these protests. What is the minister actually saying about Election Day?
Well, certainly, Shahan. The minister was at pains to say that they do have a plan, a very comprehensive one, but he was not at liberty really to share the nuggets, the details, because he said it may be compromised. But he certainly said, the police would be out and about to make sure that they contain areas. They've identified some of the hot spots. So they're working so hard with all the clusters because so you have the police, you have the state security, Home Affairs Department, justice as well. So all of them really it's a well-coordinated approach of trying to address some of the critical issues because, Shahan, another question that came was the shutdowns that you have seen in different parts of the country. So the cluster was reassuring the members of the media and the country at large in saying that they are very concerned about some of these shutdowns because of the impact on the ground. Some of the people are deprived of the opportunity to conduct their day-to-day activities.
All right, let's take a listen to what the minister actually had to say.
All voting stations in the country will be accessible to all, and no protest, no shutdown will abuse the constitutional right of South Africans to exercise their democratic right to vote for the party of their choice. Section 205, sub 3 of the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa directs that the South African Police Service prevent, combat, and investigate crime, maintain public order, protect and secure the inhabitants of the Republic.
So how are they going to identify and deal with hotspots in South Africa?
Well, essentially, Shahan, the minister was at pains to say that, for example, in areas like KwaZulu-Natal, where you've always had the rivalry between the IFP and the ANC, and there was a point where he actually went to a site visit where there were clashes in Lindelani, where some 4 people were actually hospitalized. So the minister said they have identified some of the areas, so there'll be a very intensive work to try and deal with some of the issues, but also the intelligence officers as well, they're hard at work to make sure that they try to preempt some of these cases. But also, more importantly, the Minister of State Security, Shahan Duba, was also emphasizing that our state security is really bouncing back. We know that for some time, the security cluster over the past years, it also took a knock. The challenge is there. So she said to us now they're working so hard in making sure that the intelligence officers, they're on the ground, gathering information and mitigating the situation.
You also spoke to the State Security Minister. What's the word there?
Well, also there was a very strong assurance from his side in saying that they're working so hard in making sure that they try to get some of the concerns beforehand. So before the situation escalates, they're working so hard in making sure that they pinpoint some of the issues on the ground. But also she was at pains to say that very genuine concerns at times are hijacked by opportunists to really have their ulterior motives. So the spies are really working so hard in dealing with some of those concerns.
All right, thanks so much for that. Appreciate it. Our reporter, Kailishe Kumalo.